All right, thank you and welcome to the September 27th, 2021 Police and Fire Commission meeting in the city of Fitchburg. Calling the meeting to order. First order of business is approval of the minutes from September 20th and the 22nd. Did all of the commissioners have a chance to review those?
Yes.
Okay. Any concerns or questions?
No.
All right, and a motion?
Move to approve both minutes.
Second.
And all in favor of approving both sets of minutes from the 20th and the 22nd of September 2021, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you very much. Next order of business is public appearances for non-agenda items. Do we have anybody that would like to speak? Anybody over Zoom?
No, sir.
Okay. Hearing none, next order of business is the report from the police department. So this is going to be in closed session. So can somebody take us into closed session, please?
Okay. Pursuant to section 19.85(1)(c) of the Wisconsin statutes, the commission will move into closed session for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, more specifically, to making a hiring recommendation for police chief.
And do we have a second on that motion? Second. All in favor of moving into closed session, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
And closed session. All right, welcome back, everybody. Do we have a motion coming out of open session, or closed session, sorry?
I do. I move to approve the hiring of Alfonso Morales as police chief in the city of Fitchburg.
And do we have a second?
I second that.
Okay, all in favor of the motion on the floor, hiring Alfonso Morales as police chief in Fitchburg? Raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, raise your hand and say no. No. All right, thank you very much. And so some announcements, I guess, coming out. I'd just like to read a little bit of a statement and then go through a few thank yous. So first of all, I would just say that I think we had very qualified candidates, and I think that it was a difficult decision to come across. Everybody struggled with it. But I think that we could have succeeded either way, and I think we had a great candidate. And we ended up with a great candidate. So the selection of police chief is one of the most significant responsibilities of the 5 members of the Police and Fire Commission. We started this process in May of 2021, and we're honored to solicit and receive feedback from the community throughout the entire process. The response to the community survey we issued was substantial. In addition to the survey, the process included a community panel presentation, interviews with the community and other law enforcement leaders, a meeting with police officers in Fitchburg, city tour, the panel presentations with the community, and 2 interviews with the Police and Fire Commission, as well as a detailed background check. So we outlined that just because we wanted everybody to know that it was a thorough process. It really, really was. In fact, many of the candidates actually commented on the thoroughness of the process. And so with that being said, I just do want to go through a list of thank yous for folks. And this is not in an order of importance. So first of all, the mayor. So he was a resource to us, provided insight, certainly did some of the interviewing as well, and was just excellent throughout the process. The entire police force. We met with, I don't know how many exactly, but at least 30 of the officers and professional staff as well. And they really, we opened ourselves up to them, but they returned that in aces. It was great, the interactions were. citizens just across the board, hundreds of emails, communications, response to the surveys. The engagement, I thought, was quite good, and when you compare that to previous engagements of a similar nature, it was really quite exemplary, actually. City employees, the same thing. They responded well to the surveys, and every single city employee that we asked to do anything was very responsive and helpful. Local businesses got a hold of us through emails. The council members communicated with us and discussed their concerns and their desires. All the commissioners, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys. We put in a fair amount of time trying to go through all the details of this process. I mean, it is the charge of this body, but at the same time, I think that we did a thorough and good job. All the interviewers that contributed, so we had community members, we had law enforcement officers and professionals from throughout the area. And some business leaders as well. So we really appreciate everybody's time and effort that they put into those. Fact TV, thank you very much, because you guys, because you really, exactly. So I think it's one of the underrated organizations in Fitchburg government, actually, and they really do a fine job of putting this on. It's for the people that do watch these online, they're accessible and through, and that's not just the Police and Fire Commission, that's all of city government commissions. The local media, we have a representative from Channel 3 here tonight, and certainly they have covered the stories, and we appreciate that. The deputy chief and the lieutenants and all the administrative staff that sort of stepped up when we had a police chief that stepped aside and took another position, and in the interim haven't had one. So they've all stepped up and they've done lion's share of the work and really have helped out. And last but not least, Sarah Olsen, who is the Human Resources Director for the City of Fitchburg. She put together the process to a large degree, oftentimes with some of our input, but she really did sort of drive that, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I think that it made our job much easier, and it made it possible in many ways. She helped by bringing in legal when it was necessary. She helped by organizing the community panels and many of the events. So I'm really thankful to have her and the HR department to assist out in this entire process. Thank you, Sarah. So to that end, next order of business after all the thank yous is announcements. And do we have any announcements? All right, very good. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, all in favor of adjourning, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks.